What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Rustwood Gaming. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of ATS here on RWG. Today, we're actually going to jump into doing some liveries on the trucks. If you watched the end of last week's episode, we got a new truck. So, we need to make some tweaks to the livery, and I'm going to show you guys how to do this today. So, the first thing you're going to need, and all the links will be in the description down below. First thing you're going to do is we're going to get the example. Basically, this is all of the actual vehicles and everything in here. This is what's you're going to drop into your mods folder. So we're going to go here, and then we've got the trucks, upgrade, paint jobs, and this is all of the trucks in the game that are in the base game. And here's all the trailers. This is updated with the new gas tank that you can have. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and go into the trucks first. We're going to go here. Okay, and we're going to go to view. We're going to do large icons. So this way we can see it all. And this way you can see what you're doing, and we're going to go to the international because we're currently driving a international load king. So we're going to go here, large icons, and as you can see, there's the day cab, the high rise, the sky rise, your sun shield, and your bumper. So we're going to actually start with the day cab, then we're going to expand to the sky rise, then we're going to do the high rise. Okay, so we're going to go ahead, we'll do the high rise and then the sky rise. We currently have the high rise. So what you're going to do, first thing you'll do, is you're going to go into your, go into Photoshop, okay? You can do Photoshop, you can do this in the actual paint, but I like using Photoshop because it allows me to actually do this in a particular way for everything. So I went ahead and I already got my graphic that I want to use. This is my RWG logistics graphic. And so what you're going to do is you're going to go to, once you get it all laid out, if you need help on tutorials on Photoshop, we can do that also. But you're going to go to File, and you're going to go to Export As, and you're going to go PNG, and we're going to do Transparency. Okay? And then we're going to export as a transparency, so this way we can drop it on our folder. Now I already have them out ready to go, so we're going to go ahead and go into there. So we're going to open up our paint.net, and like I said, the link is going to be down below in the description, so you guys can. So what we're going to do is we're going to go down to your folder, and you're going to open up the day cab. Okay, so we're going to double click it, and here it is. It is right here. Now, as you can see, you've got the layers. It's all layered like this. First thing we're going to do is we're going to go File, and we're going to click Save As. Okay. And we're going to do as a paint.net. And what you want to do, and I've already done this, I have an ATS skins folder. Okay? So what we're going to do is we're going to go to your drive, wherever you have things, and we're going to go ahead and go up. We'll go to desktop. We'll create a new folder, and we'll call this ATS skins, okay, or liveries, or whatever you want, okay? And you're going to double click on the folder, and we're going to label this day cab, okay? Now, just day cab. You don't want to change the name, anything like that. And we're going to hit save. The reason being is this way we can create the layers and do everything we need to do and save it. This way, if you want to come back and edit it down the road, you can. Okay? So, what I like to do is we're going to go ahead and create over here, you've got your layers, your history, so you can go back, do whatever you need to do. We're going to create a new layer, okay? And we're going to drag this down below the first layer. Actually, we're going to start here with the layer 2. We're going to label this paint, okay? This is going to be the color of your truck. So mine's black, so we're going to do black. Now we're going to take this, and we're going to drop it below there. Now we can see the actual layout of the truck and everything, and we can actually see where we're working and that kind of thing. So you've got driver side, passenger side, roof, hood, quarter panels. These are your fenders, and this is the back of the truck. Okay, you got your mirrors down here, all that jazz. Okay, so the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna go into a folder, and okay. So the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna go into that ATS skins background that I showed you guys. So we're gonna go into this, and we're gonna go here, and we're going to grab. This is where you're gonna save your transparencies for your logos, all that kind of stuff. And I'll show you how to do. We're gonna add some lines and stuff like that. We're gonna take our current livery and we're gonna update it a little bit. So what I currently have is I have my office here for where my location is. I've got and there's my RWG logistics. Okay, so we've got the day cab, our office, and our RWG logistics thing. The only thing we don't have is our DOT, which we actually created in here. And I'll show you how to create all that. So first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and zoom in on this. So we're gonna start here on the driver's side. Okay, so this is where we're gonna put the RWG logistics. We're gonna put the DOT number over here, and I'll show you. And then we're gonna actually create a kind of a line going across this area. So we're gonna go ahead and do all that. All right. So I just undid. Apparently, I guess I moved this layer. So wherever you are here is what you're moving. So be careful you don't move the wrong thing. Like I moved the actual background. So we're on the. This is going to be. We're going to label this the truck. Okay, just so we know what we're doing. Okay, so we're going to create a new layer, and we're going to go ahead and label this one RWG layer. So what you're going to do is you're going to go into your skin area, okay? And we're gonna go ahead and take this, we're gonna drag and we're gonna drop it on here. And we're gonna go ahead and add it as a layer, okay? So it did it there, and that's it right there. Now, what I'm gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and make it smaller by grabbing those things there. And we're gonna drag it so we can drop it right where we want it to. Now, like I said, we're gonna do some lines and some stuff like that. So we want to get it. Now remember, there's a mirror here, so we gotta be careful of the mirror and all that. And that is the air tank right there. So we're gonna go just a tad bit smaller. Okay. Now, if you hold down Shift, it'll do it all together, so you don't go smaller like this. Okay. So holding down Shift allows you to actually scale it properly. Okay. So we're gonna go there, and then we're gonna go ahead and plop it right there. Okay. Now we're gonna go ahead and hit Enter. So this way it's deselected. Okay. So the next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and alright, so the first thing we're gonna do, guys, is we're going to create some lines. So we have our new layer done. We're gonna go ahead and take let's see. We're gonna take the pencil. There we go. So we're gonna do the line, okay? And we're gonna make it a dark red. So this way it doesn't fill in here. Sorry, we're gonna do a rectangle. Okay, we're gonna do the brush size to 1. Okay. and we're gonna go solid color interior, all that jazz. And we're gonna go ahead and go the darker red to start because we don't want this to blend in with that red, though. Honestly, it would be better to do that, and what we might do is we might just do it underneath instead of behind. And you'll see kind of what we're gonna plan on doing. We're gonna go and do it underneath, and we're gonna do a red, a white, or we're gonna do a red in the middle, a white on bottom, and a white on top, just to kind of offset what we're doing here with these three. So let's go ahead and get our rectangle, and we're gonna go ahead and start it here, and we're gonna go ahead and mimic that line right there. Okay, now move you up there, and we're gonna take this, hold down shift, and we're going to take it all the way there. So we want that line to continue through everything. Okay? Now we're gonna go here, and we're gonna go ahead and grab the paint bucket. We're gonna go ahead and paint it, and there's our red. Okay? Now we're gonna go back to this. We're gonna go flip it. Now we're gonna do white. Same thing. Above, just like that. And we're gonna go same point. Just like that. And we're gonna go paint bucket and fill. Okay? Now we're gonna do the same thing below. Okay. Just like that. Okay. Just past. And we're here, kind of bring this back a little bit. Okay, and then we're gonna do the same thing and paint bucket. Just like that. Okay, so that is, now, we zoom out, we can kind of see, that's what our truck's gonna look like on the side, okay? Enter to just kind of get out of it. Now, as you can see, this red line here, we're gonna have to fix. So what we can do is, go here and get the select tool, select it. We can kind of shift those three back, just like that. And that kind of fixes that little set, if you notice, okay? Now, we're gonna go and zoom out a little bit. Okay, now what we can do is, so we're gonna take this, we're going to create a new one. So this is driver's side door, so we're gonna do BD lines, okay? Now we're gonna take layer 5, and we're gonna make this PD lines, okay? And then we're gonna take this, and we're going to duplicate that layer, move that up here, and we're gonna label this passenger door logo, and we'll label this driver's door logo. Now, the cool thing about this is we can take these, copy these layers onto new projects. So this way you can just kind of build off of this guy onto the next size, which would be the high rise. Then we can work on that, okay? So what we're gonna do is, because this RWG, so everything is here, so we're gonna take the PD logo, we're gonna drag it down because it's a different logo. And we're gonna basically take it here. Now we're going to flip it, okay? So what we're gonna do is we are going to go to, we're gonna zoom out real quick, okay? And we're gonna go here. Now you can see how here has that. And we're gonna rotate it. We're gonna hold down the shift key. So we can rotate it all the way around. Move it, and there you go. So, if you were to read it properly, on the right side door, you're gonna see from the door over, RWG Logistics. It's gonna be read properly. Okay, now we wanna make sure we are just in the right spot, which we are right there. Then we're going to take the PD lines and we're just going to drag them. Oops. We're going to go here and we're going to, we're going to delete that one. Take this, we're going to duplicate it. We're going to label it passenger door lines, hit OK. And we're going to drag it. Right there. Okay. Hit enter. Now we've got the lines on both sides, just like that. Okay. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to go to we're going to have to put our DOT number here, which all I did was take the text tool, which is going to be here, and we're going to do text, just like that. I went just like that, and I did DOT, and then I did my number. Okay, so basically, we're going to go ahead and create a new one here, and we're going to put that above that, and that is going to be called, USDOT. And basically all you did was I take the text tool and I put it in. I'm just going to go ahead and quickly drop it in here. You can see that that's what it is, and we're going to put it right here above the lines. Okay? And then we're going to hit enter. Now, the last thing we have to add to this side, and on the driver's side's fine. Really should have it on both sides. But we'll just do the driver's side. The last thing we're going to do is we're going to put our main office here. So we'll go back into here. We're going to drag our main office one in. We're going to do add layer. Okay. Now, it's up here. We're going to drag it all the way over here. We're going to take the rotate. We're going to hold down shift. So this way we can do it without it being weird. And we're going to put it right there. We're going to hold down shift. We're going to bring it down a little bit. And we're going to move it right there below the window. Okay. And there you go. Now, that is how you basically lay out your skin. Okay. So it's simple. That's pretty much it. You don't have to worry about anything else in this. We will have to. I'll have to show you the visor, all that. You will have to black all those out. That's simple. But just basically opening this up, putting a black background, and then saving it. Now we're gonna go ahead and hit File, and we're gonna hit Save. Okay. This way we can edit this in the future. Now the next thing you're gonna do is you're going to merge all of these files, but before you do that, you have to take the paint and put it above the truck. This way, this way goes on here like black. Okay. The only reason it was behind the truck to start is so you can see where the truck is when you lay everything out. Now, we're gonna go up here and we're gonna go ahead and merge by doing this button here. We're gonna merge everything together. Okay. There you go. Now it's all merged. We're going to go File. We're going to go to Open. Okay. We're going to go back to your example. Vehicle, Truck, Upgrade, Paint Job, International, Example, Day Cab. We're going to hit Open. Okay. Now, you're going to take this. Okay. And you're going to hit Control C. And then you're going to go here and hit Control V. What you did is you've now pasted it into this file. This is the file that's going to be saved. So you're going to hit File, and you're going to hit Save. Okay? And you're going to hit OK. Now, we're going to close the file. We're going to go back here. Okay? And we're going to close this. Don't save, because you'll have to go back and you're basically you'll lose everything, because you want it unmerged. Okay? So what you can do is, just before you do that, you can hit these back arrows. Go back to this, and then you can just make sure, hit Save. There. Now, we're going to open up the high rise. Okay? This is the new truck that we have, okay? So we're going to open it up here. Same thing we did before. Save as. We're going to go to desktop, ATS skins, change it to paint.net, and hit save. This way we can edit it, okay? We're going to go here. What we can do is we can go here, C, there, okay? That's right. Okay, we're going to undo that real quick. We're going to go plus, drop it there, go here, click paint, copy, go here, there. Okay, so now it is behind the truck layers. This has got a lot more stuff on it, guys. As you can see, this is the back of the truck. This is the smokestack, the side of the trucks. There's smokestacks that go into this area here. So what we're gonna do here, we're gonna pretty much do almost the same thing. We're gonna copy the logo and we're gonna paste it. But you see what I'm doing? I gotta create a new layer, okay? When you don't create a new layer, you ruin everything. So we're gonna hit V, paste, perfect. We'll go to lines, C, go here, hit a new one, and paste it. Now, we're gonna have to make these lines longer because they have to go all the way to the back, okay? So we're gonna go ahead and zoom in to where our lines are. Scroll up. Now, what we can do is we can take the lines, okay? We can go just like this, okay? And then we can go here, and as you can see, I can now make them longer, just like that, okay? So all I did was select, and then now I've made them longer, okay? Go get out, enter to get out, okay? So over here with the plus button, we'll go back, we'll select the passenger door lines, copy, paste. So now they're here. Do the same exact thing, hit escape to deselect, select them, go here to the move, and then basically just drag them to the just past, go front and back, just like that. Okay, enter to deselect. We'll hit the plus button again, go over here, go to the PD logo, copy, and paste. We'll hit the plus again, go over here. We'll go to the USDOT, okay, copy, here, hit paste. Okay, perfect. We'll hit the plus again. Now we're gonna grab the main office. We'll hit copy, go here, paste. Now, as you can see, it's back here. We don't want it here, okay? We want it here. Now the problem is, this right here is a smokestack. It's gonna be bad, okay? So it's gotta fit underneath this window. So what we're gonna do is, we're gonna take it, okay? We're gonna do the same thing we did with the other stuff. We're gonna take this and we're just going to select it like that, go here, okay? Hold down the shift, just like that. We're gonna hold down shift, bring it in, and we're gonna get it smaller still, just like there we go. There, and then hit there. Okay, so that is it. That is the high rise. Okay, that's the high rise truck. Now, what we could do is we could take this around the back, but we're not going to. So same thing we did before. We'll go File. We'll go Open Reset. Okay, and the high rise is right there. Okay, we can click it. Now we're going to go here. We're going to go File. We're going to save it. Okay, and we're going to do the same thing we did before. Take this above the background. Go up here, and we're going to merge everything. Command C. Go here. Command V. File. Save. Okay. Now we're gonna go back. We're gonna close this out. Go back here. We're gonna deselect it all. Put it back the way it was. File, save. Okay, now we're gonna close these guys out. We're going to go to open. We're gonna go to the example again, vehicle, truck, upgrade, page up, international, example. We're gonna open up the bumper, okay? We're gonna hit the plus button. We're gonna go here, we're gonna go black, there, file, save, save, okay? We're gonna close that, go to open. We're gonna take this, sure. Open up the sun shield. Okay. Same thing. Plus. Paint. There. Merge. Then we'll go File. Save as. We'll click it. Let's save. Yes. Okay. Now we're gonna do this. We're gonna go back and we're gonna redo the bumper. We're gonna do that and delete that. Open up the bumper. Hit the plus, same thing, black, merge, file, save as, click, save. Yes. And hit OK. Okay? Now, once you're done with that, we're going to close all this. You're going to take your example folder, okay, and you're going to have to drop it into your ATS folder. Now this folder here is going to be in your documents, okay, and that is where your mod folder is going to go. Okay, that's where your mods are. So I currently have an example in here. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to take this, okay, and we're going to open up this one, okay. We're going to go to Vehicle, Truck, Upgrade, Paint Job, okay. Now, because I've already got a bunch of these done, and we're making the change on one truck, okay, what we're going to do is we're going to go here, let's go to View, Large icons. We're gonna go to international. As you can see, I have these three done already, but we made a change, okay? As you can see. So I'm gonna take this, move this in, and I'm gonna replace, okay? We're gonna take these two, we're going to copy them, go in here, we're gonna hit paste, and we're going to replace these two, okay? So as you can see, there's the new ones, okay? Also, what I'm going to do is we're going to quickly, so we have a couple of new trucks in here that I don't have. We have the Kenworth 9, so this is the new one here. This is my older one. So I'm going to go ahead and grab the Kenworth one, drop that in there. And we also have the 5700 we're going to copy and drop that in there. Those are the new trucks that were released recently. We'll just double check all of these real quick to make sure. Okay, we're good. So we're good on those. Now, trailers. Also, like I said, we've done some trailer stuff. So we got some new trailer stuff. So we're going to go and go to the trailer owned. And we're just going to copy this entire thing. We're just going to drop it here. We're going to go ahead and here, upgrade, paint job. Here, upgrade, paint job. Okay. As you can see, there is something new, which is the gas tank. So we're going to go ahead and copy it, drop it in. Okay. There's the gas tank. That's the only new one. Everything else is not been changed, as you can see that. So now this is what's in my current thing. That's where you're gonna drop your mods, okay? So now let's go ahead and go in game. Okay, and we'll see everybody inside the game. Okay, so this is the first time I've opened this since the update to the 1.471 has happened. Basically, we get the ambient sounds, uneven surface simulation, ownable gas canisters, adaptive crew control, emergency brake system. We get the Kenworth W900. Gets a couple things. Some gameplay stuff and some new UI stuff, okay? So, we have, we're updated to that. Now, you're gonna go into your mods, okay? So you go into your mod folder, and this is where you're going to have it. And it's going to be labeled example. And it's going to be over, it's going to be here, and you'll just drop it in. But I have it here. And you can change the logo, which I did already, there. Okay? So we're going to go ahead and get back out to our main folder. Okay? We're going to leave. And then we're going to jump in game and look at it. Okay? Okay, so now that we're in the game, because of the new update, and we had to update a few things, we have to do a couple things. So we're gonna hit OK, get everything situated out. It's gonna ask us to basically pick our quick travel. We're gonna go back home to Tampa. So there it is, guys. That is the updated skin on the truck. So as you can see, we've got some things, we've got a little bit of working to do. But yeah, there it is. So it goes under the pipes, which is what we wanted, under the air filters, which is perfect. And it goes behind the grill, and then as you can see, kind of comes up along the sides. It actually looks really clean. So let's go ahead. We have an email. I think it's the special transporters. So we have some new ones. Okay. We're going to go to the bank. Okay. The bank will give us a $500,000 loan, which we will look into maybe. But yeah, so that's the new truck. Now, this right here doesn't make sense. You do a little bit of cleaning on some stuff. It looks like it's kind of weird here, which I don't understand that because this stuff doesn't have anything on it, which we can fix. So we're going to go ahead and go to our local dealership, and we're going to get this thing cleaned up. We're going to change the air filters to chrome, and we're going to change the mirrors to chrome also, once you clean that up a little bit. Okay. Let's go ahead and hop in here. We're going to go ahead and fix this a little bit. So as you can see on some sides, like this side, this is all fine except for right there, which doesn't work. That doesn't make sense. And then we've got issues here. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to the accessories, and we're going to make a couple of quick changes here. Okay? So we're going to change the sun visor to That's weird. So the standard one is fine. So we're gonna go no sun shield, and we're gonna go with the horns. Okay. So we're gonna go here. So that's no sun shield with, and we'll plop the 2 horns there, like we had before. Train horn. That's actually pretty nice. We're gonna go with these super wars. Okay, perfect. Okay. Now we can put a beacon up here eventually, but that's that's a cabin deflector. Back here would be our beacons on the sides. Okay. Now we're gonna go here to our air filters, and we're gonna go the default air filters. So we're not going to have the beacons on there anymore, which is okay. I kind of like the silver ones. They look a lot cleaner. Okay. Now let's go ahead and get these mirrors fixed. We're going to go with the chrome mirrors. There we go. Get that little chrome sheen going, which actually looks clean. So there you have it, guys. That is our new truck with our nice paint lines on there. Underneath the name, we got there, and then there's the main office, which actually looks really clean. And we're not, as you can notice, we're not going around the back for a reason, because we don't need to. It's hidden. Okay, so this is what we're going with. We're going to stick with this, just like that. Okay, so let's go ahead and confirm the order, and then now we can look at trailers, but we're going to go ahead and just kind of see what is local to Tampa. We're going to do a quick drive, man. Let's find some. They're doing this, so we're going to go ahead and make these guys chrome also. Get these as standards, just like that. So we have a lot of chrome on the truck, which I like chrome. Okay, it looks clean. Now, we have the standard. This is what the paint one looks like, which I don't like. This is the chrome and paint mask, which I like that. It continues the chrome out of the air vents. Yep, so we're gonna go with that one, okay? So there we go, guys. That is all for today. We're going to go ahead and close out today's episode. I know today was just kind of a looking at the truck, all that kind of stuff. Let me just look at the world map real quick. But yeah, so this is the coast to coast. Like I said, I'm using the coast to coast, which we haven't gone all the way up there yet. So it'd be nice to go up into this. This is the base games and all the expansions on it. So you can kind of see what we've done. We haven't really explored, guys. We got a lot more driving to do. This was our last run. We did last week. So yeah, hope everyone has a great rest of your Monday, and we'll see everybody on the next episode of ATS here in RWG. You guys have a great rest of your day.